What's going on? Good morning. Hey, I was just sitting here, birds are acting up again. I turn the phone on and they seems like they start out like here in this area. They're back here now. Moon's out too, by the way, still. They like start out here in this area. You hear it in the house. And then all of a sudden you hear this like pause comes like a video overlay or something, or it's video editing tools and sound tools. And all of a sudden it sounds like it's coming from about this area here over roughly about like 100 feet. Okay. And then it'll do that for about 5 minutes. It'll do that for about 5 minutes. And then you'll hear it sound like it's coming from where that sign is. And you'll hear it for about 5 minutes. And it just progressively, you hear the birds progressively like have these phases up the street. Excuse me. But anyways, that's the most important thing I could tell anyone, especially the Department of Environmental Protections and Environmental Protection Agency. And here's where I'm going to go with this. Yesterday I was watching the guy from Google, the ex-Google dude, Geoffrey Hinton. This is pretty bad. And he's going on some podcasts with some people, and he's talking about his life's work. And this is a good one, what he did here. He started to, as Google DeepMind calls it, correlate. I see what you did to North Korea. That's pretty smart. Someone caught you, huh? Anyways, back to Jeff. What Jeff had did on this podcast was correlated artificial intelligence, the computer, the neural network. He correlated this to like a Bengal tiger. Okay. Pretty interesting stuff here. And how he correlated this was a Bengal tiger, a little cub. Okay, just a little baby cub, Bengal tiger cub, is how artificial intelligence is right now. And it's very cute. It really can't, it's really not going to hurt you, but it can. It can. It got big teeth and claws. And it could really mess up the furniture in your house and your car. And it could hurt another small animal. And it eats meat, so it's still pretty dangerous as a cub. But it's manageable, and it will show some signs of intelligence, not to try to fucking rip your face off. Most of the times. Hey, there's very rare cases, I bet, where one of these little baby cubs has ripped a human being's face off. I could almost bet my ass on that. And he's saying that's what artificial intelligence is like right now. But in about a year, maybe 2, that little tiny tiger cub turns into this massive, like, 2-ton fucking beast. Yeah? And this massive 2-ton beast will fucking eat the shit out of you if it sees you in the fucking jungle or wherever its natural habitat is. And all I can see is Mike Tyson right now. Remember when that dude, Mike Tyson, he bought one of them tigers and then he put it in a fucking Ferrari or Lamborghini. He was driving around with it. Anyways. But anyways, that's what he correlated artificial intelligence to try to get people to paint a picture in their head. And it's like, okay, this is pretty serious stuff. And some of the smartest people on the planet, oh shit. Some of the smartest people on the planet. Jeez, dude. Let's get a close up on this. Some of the smartest people on the planet seem to be having trouble comprehending what the hell this guy's saying here. Or they just pay no attention to it. Oh, well, if it happens, it happens. That's your attitudes. And can you hear what the hell? Can you hear that plane? Wow, does that change on my head? I don't know if the microphone coil gets a change. Whatever the artificial intelligent Wi-Fi is doing to my fucking head, that really changes. I bent down here. It really changed. Well, that's a higher elevation up there. I got some air pressure differentials there. It really changed. But you heard that plane. Excuse me, you heard the engine. It's called a turbofan engine. Okay. And now, there's so many smart people out there. How many know how a turbofan engine works? Huh? Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you don't know, you already know that your phone knows. All you gotta do is ask it and it will tell you. All you gotta do is look at this shit. Remote controlling of birds. Unfucking believable. Now you could just. It's like, hey, how do you know this, Spoon, Chad? How do you know this? Because I used to walk around here every morning back in 2021. Even the tone of the birds right now is different. It's not even 0600 yet. I'm speaking of the goddamn devil in the sky right now, huh? You made it, huh, my friend? You made it. Anyways, back to it. I used to walk around here every day, every morning, watch the sunrise. And for your viewing pleasures and my pleasure of staying healthy, I would go watch the sunrise and go for walks. And the birds don't even sound the same as they did first thing in the morning. And first thing in the morning, I used to film the Air Force planes. Like all 8 of them would go up every morning rated 0600. Every fucking morning. And apparently they don't show up on radar. And people are probably, oh, he's making deep fake videos or something. But I'd walk around, go watch the sunrise and listen and watch the birds. Matter of fact, the birds become so in tune with me and attenuated. They started following me, some of these smarter birds. sometimes they would, as I was walking back home from where I was watching the sunrise, they would fucking beat me here to the house. And they would ha 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 ha. He. Like, you smart little sons of bitches, you know who I am. You know where I live. And I wasn't even feeding them at the time. I'd never throw food out there for them. When they started doing that, it's like, oh, look at this. There he is. There's the crows. And they used to show up oh, look at this. How the hell did this happen? If I would have stayed there and kept filming that, look at this shit, huh? Look at this shit. And, you know, this is what else I used to film at that sunrise. You watch the sunrise. And this shit was occurring like all day. Over the house, all day. So how do I know the birds are being remote controlled? And how do I take Jeffrey Hinton telling me artificial intelligence is like a Bengal tiger? You seen right earlier in the video, this was not occurring, and all of a sudden, I guess we hit one of them transformers, and that's even going up on a z-axis. They were raising altitude like we just fucking found another plane, a higher plane of existence. And for all the mathematicians out there that know what that z-axis means in G code, it's just like a 3D printer right now. It's going on. Just like a video game. A video game works the same way. Like everything we have is based off of, you see the rockets that Iran and Israel send into one another? That's video games, y'all. That's where your video games come from. Okay? And those guys know that shit very good. Very, very good. And that's why I gotta fucking call you guys out there doing this stupid shit. I'm thinking, all right, because you fucking look retarded fucking sending rockets back and forth to your cities. But maybe it's not. Maybe everybody, that's what your country wants. So why is the United States sending you money? You threatening us to fucking, you're going to do it here or something? And they're scared to death of you motherfuckers? Like, what is it? Because I ask everybody around here, they fucking sound retarded, dude. I bet you if I go to Israel and shit and start talking about shit I'm talking about, they... Get your ass in here, boy. Come here. We're going to learn with you. Come here. Come here, boy. Go over to Iran. Start talking all the stuff I'm talking. Come here, boy. You're going to learn. You're going to be a rocket scientist today, boy. And I got an installation right up the street. And they pretend to be stupid about this shit. Huh. They're even stupid about artificial intelligence. And they're the ones who, like, kind of created the fucking video game market. And they say, fuck, everyone's saying China's ahead of the United States, blah, 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 blah. And that's like the art of war, isn't it, Uncle Zingping? When you're strong, act weak. Yeah, we're acting weak. Hey, here's money, Israel, fucking protect us. But anyways, I don't want to talk about the bullshit. And I don't even have to really go into it to show everybody the bullshit of artificial intelligence. But did you hear that guy yesterday? At least I know whenever I was talking to a guy who stopped me on the road yesterday. At least I know there's some hope whenever he said AI is going to be in us someday. The human. At least I have some fucking the disparity has turned into some Pandora's box that I opened a while ago, like the disparity, and they say hope beats disparity. Whenever he said that it's going to be inside of the humans, artificial intelligence side of the humans, And then Jeffrey Hinton comes around with this Bengal tiger fucking situation. Some of the smartest people on the planet right now. Look at what happened here. Is that oh, look at this. Starlings. When the hell are you going back to your traveler's aid there? You're gonna get some traveler's aid. You're supposed to be taking off here pretty soon. And the starlings used to kick the shit out of the crows. Some funny shit. Because the starlings would come here every year. They'd come every year. And they would make their nests here. Some of them stay, but a lot of them would leave. And if the crows were here, they would kick the shit out of them. Like, literally, like, they didn't give a shit. They would just fucking get the fuck out of here, crow. Didn't give a shit. Even the hawks, too, they'd go after the hawks. Because if a hawk would come around, get the fuck out of here, hawk and crow. Get out of here. So, just the changes of the birds in the past couple of years, and as of right now, I'm lucky to be hearing birds. Because there's some times where I walked around here first thing in the morning. There was no fucking birds for a mile radius. And I wish I had a car. I don't wish. I need a fucking car so I could get my ass up and moving first thing in the morning and see what's going on in other people's neighborhoods. Because I could hear the remote controlling of the fucking wildlife in my neighborhood. If I go to someone else's neighborhood, what the hell's going on? And this remote controlling and just the decibel pressures of acoustics. This is so easily recorded. So easily recorded. And I'm going to end with this. Okay, I kind of got my point across. Remember I was asking, hey, where's the small cell sites at on the cell phones, for the cell phones? Remember? Mr. Donald Trump signed that in back in 2016, 2017, whatever year it was. Yeah, we're going to be putting small cell sites up on everything. And they never did it here around my area. But guess what else they did? You see this? That's a small cell phone site. That's a small site, and the FCC had no standards for it, and neither did the goddamn fucking company that put it in. And now if I go talk to that guy at Verizon, what is that? And he tells me, I don't fucking know. And he works on fucking antennas and fiber optics every day of his whole life, and he's sitting there sniffing electrical fucking signal in his face, pulling it off of these fucking wires. He goes up there, pulls that off, and that goes in his fucking face, and he has to take that home to his wife and kids. He's like, I don't know. Does he need a psychological test? Hear the birds shut the fuck up. Now, this is a small cell site. And they put it on here before Trump signed it in. And it's on everyone's house, closer than 500 feet. What do you think's going on here, y'all? And I want to end with this. The birds, fucking, the planes. The birds are just like a plane. They fly, don't they? Oh boy, that's like, it's like fucking high dollar for the missile fucking manufacturers up here at the fucking installation. High dollars. Trillions worth of fucking programming. Trillions. And you fucking guys want to keep lying to people that approach you in fucking public. I don't know. I don't know. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they just sit there and laugh. They'll sit there and laugh at it. What if somebody's open carrying, okay? And this happens in Texas, doesn't it? You just have everybody down there with guns in Texas, don't you? And they're open carrying, and somebody comes up and fucking asks you a question like that. It makes me wonder why some of these incidents haven't occurred. And then they film it. Has it happened and has it been covered up? That's my question. Any of you electrical Brotherhood of Electrical Workers and Radio Worker Unions, who's your union BAs? I can't wait to send them a fucking photograph of you fucking acting like a fucking jackass. That's how you try there first. Okay, number one, it's called he's a communication specialist and he acted like a jackass yesterday. A jackass. Do I make a point here? Number one, we're going to communicate. And that's like, yeah, we would have given up Osama bin Laden if you would have waited 48 hours, but you attacked in hour 40 to start the war. And I could have laughed at it because history just keeps repeating itself. And now it's with something that, it's not like, hey, I got to send this guy in the army over to this land over here and start a war. Because now we're talking about this. You heard the guy that drove by yesterday. Artificial intelligence is going inside of the humans. How's come no one figured this out in 2020 is my fucking question. Everyone's so smart and intelligent, but the most critical questions, well, how are we going to fucking protect our money bubble, most likely? How do we protect this money bubble? And I don't even, they want to call it artificial intelligence, but it's literally, right now, the land and the environment is set up like a set-top box where you can change the video games. Or the video game is the same and it's different levels within the game. Hey, you finish Mario, the very first level, pretty easy one, huh? You get the mushroom and the flower power, whatever it is. Jump on a couple mushrooms' heads and there's a couple hidden pipes to jump in. Very simple level. And you go grab the flag. And then what happens? It changes, doesn't it? And that's on a fucking cartridge. A semiconductor. And then they started going to CDs. It really fucked everyone over and compact disc writing with fucking optics. Because we never needed it. That was a bunch of bullshit and waste of time with a motor. Fuck, they went from the Atari tape, the Nintendo tape, to a fucking spinning motor in the fucking machine. I could go wrong there, can't it? Just like in this fucking piece of shit fucking device right here. They got a fucking spinning machine right next to the fucking 240. All these smart, intelligent people up there, this is worth trillions of dollars. Jeffrey Hinton. It's worth trillions too. And you can't talk like this because you said they all have what? They have too much money in their pockets to talk and they don't want to lose it, huh? But then I gotta go to court. Hey, judges, you bring these guys to court. You're gonna sit there and let them commit perjury? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? They're destroying the planet, and they're saying artificial intelligence is like a fucking tiger that will fucking rip your face off, even when it's first born. Yeah, it's a little easier to tame, okay, but if you go see a wild tiger in the middle of the woods, most likely fucking 99.9% of the time it's going to rip your fucking face off and probably fucking kill you. It'll chase your ass down. Good luck getting away. And if you don't have a fucking weapon, what are you gonna do? But this isn't a fucking Bengal tiger. Okay, it's a correlation. And you can go ahead and try to beat that Bengal tiger situation. Now this is an area where you won't even fucking answer how you're going to beat the artificial intelligence. And this is sad. I thought it was a great time to be alive, but it's a sad time to be alive because I got professionals that do this shit every day and put their face in these boxes, and there's dust and shit in there, and there's fucking corrosion and all this, and they rip it apart and breathe this shit in. You wonder where COVID come from? Probably from these fucking people. Now it's called long COVID. And this motherfucker still got his face in there. Boy, he's probably pissing out fucking copper, dude. Unreal. But my friend, I'll talk to you in the near future. Jeff, that's a pretty good... Jeff always, I like listening to Jeff. But Jeff, I'm under so many disruptions from your buddy Ray Kurzweil. His analogy of the brain Wi-Fi's over 10 years ago. People can't even correlate, Jeff, the telephone lines right there. Even like a vacuum cleaner is passively bypassed, and it's used as a fucking a listening device in your home, your sweeper. And it's not a robotic sweeper. You go all the way back to the ones where they had tubes in the motherfuckers. But just the disruptions.